Thank you to CoPilot Fitness for sponsoring. More on them later. Exercise, nutrition, fasting, and rest. These are the 4 health pillars we're going to discuss today on the Daily Connoisseur. Hi everyone, Jennifer here, and welcome back to the Daily Connoisseur. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 health pillars that I've really been focusing on, and that's exercise, nutrition, fasting, and rest. So let's start off with the first pillar, which is exercise. You'll notice at the beginning of the video, I said that CoPilot Fitness sponsored this video. So I have been working with them with a personal trainer, Chris, she's amazing, with CoPilot Fitness, because I knew that I wanted to work out at home and that I didn't have time to go to the gym right now, but yet I want to learn about weight training and resistance training. So CoPilot Fitness combines the personalization of a real live human coach, it's not AI, with the flexibility of technology. So my personal trainer's name is Chris. She is amazing. This is footage of our onboarding call together. I told her what I wanted to work on, which was strength training, and she creates custom workouts that are tailored to me and my schedule. I do them twice a week, but she also created a few extra workouts for me. One of them I did on a day when I was really stressed. It was like a yoga flow. It was so helpful. She tweaks things when I need them to be tweaked, and she holds me accountable to the workouts. And as you can see from the footage, I'm working happily with weights now, which I have never done before. You could do the app from home or you can bring it wherever you want. I love that I don't have to think about my workouts and that everything is planned for me. So I want to thank CoPilot for supporting the channel and bringing us this video. If you want to try CoPilot Fitness, click my link down below and you get 14 days free with your own expert personal trainer, so you can try it for yourself. So I've been doing the workouts in combination with everything else that I do. And I find that these workouts are so good for me to de-stress. I always feel great after them. So what I do is the weight resistance right now just twice a week, but I can change that at any time and do more if I want to, or less. But I don't think I'll do less. So I do that twice a week. I also walk at least 3 times a week and jump on the rebounder at least 3 times a week. And that's working really well. As it gets hotter, I will also go swimming. That's my plan. But I'm really enjoying it and I am really feeling the benefits from it. I'm starting to feel stronger and I have pretty skinny arms, like my family, like my sister would always say I had noodle arms. So I'm trying to build up more muscle there. And I do feel it, like after the workouts, I definitely feel it in my arms, in my back, and it's really exciting. So I looked at the benefits of weight training from the Mayo Clinic, and here are some of them. Developing strong bones, managing your weight, enhancing your quality of life, because you're able to do more, manage chronic conditions, and sharpen your thinking skills. And they say some research suggests that regular strength training and aerobic exercise may help improve thinking and learning skills for older adults. So anyway, I am really excited about my weight training journey. And it's something that I know I have needed to put in my wellness routine, and I'm finally doing it. Okay, the second pillar I want to talk about is nutrition. And if you watch my What I Eat in a Day videos, you do see that I try to eat pretty healthy diet. And I like to watch informative videos on this. I like to read the latest literature, like what's good to eat, what's a healthy thing to eat. I love watching other What I Eat in a Day videos. But at the same time, I would say that I'm a pretty intuitive eater. So I will have a cheeseburger, or I love desserts. And I do have dessert every single day. And sometimes it's a healthier dessert, but I eat cake, cookies, I have it all. And I feel like that intuitive way of eating was really instilled when I lived in Paris. And you can learn all about this by reading my Madame Chic series. But I was so enamored with how the Parisians ate. They did not really restrict themselves. They ate really good, rich food. A lot of people would consider it, with butter and cream and yes, they had sugar and pastries and treats like that. And the key is that they ate it in moderation. They did not eat it all day long, like the kitchen was closed after dinner, which we'll talk about in the next section, which is fasting. But also that they did eat a healthy diet as well, because they had lots of vegetables, they had a nice balance with protein. And so that's what I'm really ultimately going for, is that Madame Chic diet. And it's something that has worked for me, definitely, because I don't deprive myself of what I want. Sometimes in a calculated way I will, like when I was fasting and I wanted to lose weight, I took the cream out of my coffee, but I was able to introduce that back in, which we'll talk about more in a second. Something that did make a big impression on me was the Live to 100 documentary on Netflix with Dan Buettner from the Blue Zones. And he wrote some books on the Blue Zone diet that I read a few years ago. And so he traveled to the spots in the world where people live the longest and studied their longevity lifestyle, and a lot of that was diet. So with the Blue Zones, I noticed that most of them eat a plant-based diet. Now, I am not a vegetarian, I do eat meat. And with diet, I think everybody is different. For some people, veganism is really good for them and works for them, and that is the lifestyle. I mean, on the other flip side of the coin, I know people who do carnivore, and that's all, they're happy with that. And so we all have to just find what works for us. And so I do eat meat, and I do find that I need more protein as I get older. I just crave more protein, which is ironic because I don't actually like eating protein. If I have a big piece of steak, I do not want to eat the whole thing. I'll have like a few bites and just feel done with it, Even with beans, I do eat them, but I don't know. I feel like I need protein, yet I never want to eat protein. So do any of you have that as well? So I'm working on eating more protein, and I just love getting ideas from the Blue Zones. So I do that. I incorporate more legumes into my diet. One of the cultures even had wild honey as a staple of their diet. I just love interesting things like that. So generally, we try to eat a pretty healthy diet here, and I'm growing an herb garden, as you know, and so we've been taking herbs from the garden and incorporating that into our meals, which is such a luxury. That's how I'm working on my nutrition, is just checking in with myself and feeling like, where do I need improvement here? And also really paying attention to my body for when I want a dessert, I think there's just something to that, because yes, you can eliminate things from your diet and be miserable, or you can be happy. And I think feeling the happiness I get from having tea time and a dessert far outweighs the sugar that I'm eating, like the detrimental effects of it. At least that's how I see it. So I think it's like whatever we think is true, right? So that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm keeping my desserts. So let's talk about the next pillar, which is fasting. And I just released my intermittent fasting 4-year update. I have been fasting for 4 years now. I generally do the 16-8 method, which means that I usually have breakfast at around 9 a.m. and I usually stop eating at around 5 p.m. And in that time, I do eat whatever I want, but it's also not like constantly, I'm not just eating the whole time. I still have formal meals, and they're very intuitive based on what I feel like having, what I want. That's been going well. I've been varying my fasts as well. I have maintained the weight loss that I got from intermittent fasting, which is, I pretty much lost about 30 pounds the first year that I did it. And so I've maintained that. I went a little under that, and then I went a bit over, gained a little bit more weight. So right now I'm really happy with where I am, and I just love the clarity of it. I like sleeping on an empty stomach. Although sometimes when I'm not varying my fasts, I will have a nighttime snack or something to eat before bed. But in general, I feel great. It's that feeling that I get when I'm rebounding. When I'm rebounding, I feel like I'm participating in a youth activity. Like I feel very youthful, or that I look younger when I finish it. And that's also how I feel with fasting. I think that it helps me to feel young, and that's a big one for me. So I won't go too far into fasting because you can watch all my fasting videos, but that's what I've been doing. And if you're fasting, I would love to know your experience down below. And the final health pillar is rest. This one is the most important one for me. I think it's the one that I have abused the most, in the sense that I never prioritized it, or at least not for the past decade plus. I overworked myself. I was stressed out every single day with motherhood, with working full-time, with managing the things that I manage. And I know that I'm not different than any of you watching this because we all have so much on our plates. So I was not resting. I feel that I am someone who values productivity highly. And so I never thought of rest as being productive until my friend Dr. Chloe told me that it was. Sometimes you need someone to tell you, and it helps even more if they're a doctor. So Dr. Chloe told me that rest is productive, and I really highly recommend her book, Nervous Energy. I'm always talking about it. If you have that kind of like nervous energy, she teaches you how to harness that and turn it into a good power, a superpower. So that has been huge for me. I've been incorporating rest. I've been stopping work at 4:30 most days, like 6 days a week. I stop at 4:30 and force myself to put it down and to just rest. And so the ways I've been resting is by reading books, playing the piano. Sometimes that means letting the housework go. Like even the day that I'm filming this, last night, the house was really messy at night. And I know like on social media, it's all about clean kitchen at night and resetting the house before you go to sleep. And I generally try to do that, but I didn't do it last night. I was tired. So I just went to bed and I read a book for like 40 minutes before I went to bed. And then I went to sleep. And I was really happy that I did that because old me would have stayed up until 10:30 or 11 cleaning the house and gone to bed exhausted and then woke up tired, you know? And it's like, yes, I woke up and the house was messy. That was okay because I would rather get in the sleep and the book that I was reading. So I feel like it's just weighing things and following your intuition and what you need to do. So I have been resting more and that has been huge. So I was looking up this is an article from Forbes, and they said that resting heals your body, reduces stress, boosts creativity, improves your productivity, and enhances your decision making. And I think that it is such a paradox, but it's true. When I get more rest, the work that I do is better. It's a higher quality work. I'm able to focus more. So in a way, resting is more productive because it makes the work that you do when you do it that much better. So I'm really embracing this. I'm stepping into it. I'm doing breathing exercises more. And again, Dr. Chloe has shared several of those on the channel. With deep breathing, just constantly checking in with myself, that has just been so game-changing for me. So I'm feeling well rested, and when I'm not, when I'm feeling stressed and anxious and overwhelmed, I tell myself that I'm well rested. And it's almost like that affirmation itself helps me, you know, because that helps me make decisions. So like last night when I thought, okay, I have two choices here. I can stay up and just keep working physically, even though I'm tired, or I could lay down. And my body was telling me to lay down. So I listened to it and I laid down, and it's that intuitive doing that is so important, especially for women, because sometimes we can be like robots and machines and just keep going, you know? So that has been my experience with rest. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on all of these subjects. Where are you in this journey with exercise, nutrition? If you do fasting, let us know how it goes. Rest, that's something everyone needs. Let us know in the comment section down below. And I'd like to thank CoPilot Fitness for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use my link down below to get 14 days free with your own expert personal trainer. Thanks so much for watching today, everyone. Keep calm and remain classy, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.